What is good? It is your boy, Mr. Frenzy from MrFrenzyProductions.com. And in this very last module of 2.0, I'm going to make a complete beat from scratch from start to finish. Okie dokie? So here we go. All right, first off, I'm going to use a sample or a loop to get me started. So I got to find my loops, loopitos. I'm going to use a Mr. Frenzy loop. Okay. Let's try this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch down, excuse me, not pitch down. I'm going to bring down my BPM tempo to 119 because that is what the sample is. Okay. All right, good. Turn myself up a bit. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to start building my drums around it. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my, drums. Drums. Should we use Mr. Frenzy drums? Maybe. All right, go drums. Where am I? Here we go. Okie dokie. Now, okay, so first off, obviously, what we want to do is we want to add in our backbeat to establish the rhythm of the beats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a clap or a snare first. But I got to listen to hear how it sounds. Try a snare. I like this one. Cool. I'm going to add this snare first. Now, what do? We add it on the third beat of each measure. Now, got to make sure that we put our pattern on the grid. Okay, so take pattern, put it on the grid. Make sure that you're in song mode so it plays it with the loop. Turn down the snare a little bit. Okay, put it on the third beat of the second measure and also a third beat of the third and the fourth as well. Okay. So now we have a good vibe going, okay? I suggest you always do this, place your snares or your claps first and then plug in everything else afterwards, okay? Just so that you have a foundation of how the rhythm is. Okay, next, we're gonna do hi-hats. All right. Now what do? Just plug in our eighth notes. What are eighth notes? Eighth notes are counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Take that, copy and paste it over. Take that, hit Control B. Now if it does that, like it puts the nodes on the of 4, then all you have to do is hit Shift and then right arrow, then you're good. Okay. Okay, so now I've added a little bit of more rhythm to my drums, which is a good sign. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our bass drum. Try this little techno-y kick here. Hear how that sounds with it. Put it on the first beat and then kind of vibe out. Okay, so right now I want a lot of space with this beat that I'm making, okay? Because the melody is very, very pretty and there's a lot of there's a lot of melody going on with the right hand of the piano. Take a listen. See what I mean? So I want the drums to not clutter that up because it sounds pretty to my ears. So I'm just gonna put a bass drum on the 1 and on the second beat of the second measure, okay? This will allow some space for not only just the melody, but for also maybe some auxiliary percussion, some open hi-hat, side snares, and all that sort of stuff. Okay, now I want to do just 2 more kicks. What I'm feeling is like a da-da. Okay, just to kind of spice it up a little bit over here on the fourth measure here. Here we go. da, da. So I'm going to put a kick on the and of 4. Excuse me. Yeah. Was it and of 4? Wait, where am I? Hold on. Did I just mess up my grid here? Yeah, I did. Okay. So this right here needs to be changed to beat number 1. Beat 1, E and a 2, E and a 3. Yeah, now we're good. Okay. Also going to place it on the beat number 2 of the 4th measure. Simple as that. Okay, I'm going to turn up my kick a little bit so that it hits a little harder. To also turn down my hi-hats. Hi-hats, generally speaking, don't need to be very loud in the mix, okay? But in any form of bass-heavy music, any form of EDM music, trap music, and all that sort of stuff, kick needs to be extremely loud because that's what people are feeling. They're feeling that punch. Okay. All right, I just have a basic beat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some open hi-hats to add a little tiny bit more groove. Yeah, try this one. Now, what's the rule with open hi-hats? Just for right now, you can either put them on beats number 2 or 4 of each measure, and that's it. Just for basics, okay? So I'm going to place it on the beat number 4. Because when the melody comes in, I want people to kind of feel the melody before they start kind of getting distracted by all the drums. Cool. All right, I'm going to take it also off of loop mode, because if you have it on loop mode, it's going to cut off the sound. Turn it down a little bit too, so it's not too distracting. Put it over here on 4. Fantastic. There you go. What I'm going to do as well, so I can actually hear this on just a standard loop, is I'm going to cut off the next 4 measures of the loop as well. So it just loops back around. Okay, cool. Turn down the sound. Fantastic. Yeah, always try to actually control your volumes as well to kind of get the same vibe and feel that you want and all that sort of stuff. But that's more of like an intermediate thing, and we're going to cover that in later modules. Okay, got my own open hi-hat. I'm going to add a side snare as well. Yeah, like this one. Okay, so I'm going to try and put this first side snare on the... no, I'm not, because I don't want it. I don't want the listener to get distracted by the melody. There we go. I'm going to turn down this side snare as well, so it's not too distracting. When it's too loud, it's overbearing, and you might lose your groove. You know, it's funny, actually, I think this snare is the same snare as that one, so that's no bueno. So what I could do is I could either pitch this one up, and it'll sound like a different snare. So let me just pitch it up. Yeah, nah. I mean, it does pitch it up slightly, but not enough for my ears. So I'm just going to use a completely different sample. I really like that snare. All right, let's see if I can find some other snares here. You always want to find something that's appropriate for the beat. You can't just drag and drop in any old snare, because it might not have the same vibe or feel for the beat that you're making. Let's try that one. Yeah, there we go. Now I can turn it up a little bit. So you notice that this side snare is tuned or pitched a little bit higher than the main snare. You know what I mean? So they're distinguishable, okay? And that's all I'm doing. Literally, that's all I'm gonna do. I could go crazy with the drums. I could add stuff like all over the place, but I'm not going to, because this melody is so pretty sounding. It's kind of like a Roddy Ricch sort of like melody. So I personally want this melody to breathe a bit, and also I want the artist to be able to have enough space for their vocals as well. So I'm just going to keep it at that, okay? Now, last, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the 808, okay? So let's go through this like really old school pack that I got from IndustryKits.com. Superstaro, he is awesome, and their team makes awesome stuff. But this kit, this Cardo kit, came out like 10 years ago, I think. Let's go through the, they don't even actually call them 808s in the kit. That's how old school. Yeah, let me try this one. The thing with the 808s way back in the day is that this was back when they weren't using a lot of distortion on their 808s, so they're kind of hard to hear. But you know what? I'm going to use this one anyway, because this might be an 808 that you might just have at home, okay? So here we go. Do the same thing. I'm going to listen to the melody without the drums and just the 808 so I can get that pitch, okay? You need the pitch of the 808 to match the pitch of the sample that you're using, or else it sounds like a la garbage, son. So obviously that's not the right pitch. It also seems like there's a click in it too. Ooh, I do not like that. So I'm going to do, I do not like that at all. So I'm going to shave that out. There we go. There we go. Make it a short sound that I like as well. So check it out. There's like a clip here. Ooh, that's not good. So I have to take that out. So what I'm doing basically is I'm just making the 808 shorter, okay, by fading it out. All right, cool. All right, so obviously, actually, this is in the same key as the last beat we did. Nice. Okay. Okay, it goes down in pitch again. So let's, but here it actually goes down in pitch on measure number 2, not on the 4th beat of the first measure, okay? Now it goes down in pitch again. Okay, so I can't distinguish this pitch right here very well, so I'm even gonna tune it up even more. I'm gonna tune it. I already have the 808 turned up all the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn down the sample so I can hear the 808 more than the actual sample, so I can distinguish the pitch clearly. Okay. 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 This note right here, I don't need. It just kind of has like it's a leading tone basically. I'm going to take it out just so I don't confuse you, because there actually is no change in chord here, okay? Fantasquito. So I got the pitch of my 808 with my sample. So now I'm going to pitch it down, because you don't want your 808 to be that high in pitch because it won't bang. Okay, this one I'm having trouble with. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever I gotta tell myself. You can fine tune on the 808s and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get to that in this module because it's more of an intermediate sort of thing, okay? I just want you guys to just start making music now. Okay, so, good. So, let's go ahead and actually put on our drums, because now we're going to add a little bit of flavor or rhythm with the 808 as well, so it's not so boring sounding. So, it's not just doesn't pitch down with it doesn't change pitch with the chord changes, okay? Ooh, I like this 808 too. Let's see. Man. Yeah, man. Okay, so now I'm adding rhythm. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm adding another note here on the and of 4. That kind of just gives a little bit more rhythm before the chord change. And also I'm adding more rhythm by putting another 808 on the and of 2 here. Da da. There you go. Now, look, I could explain to you the reason why I can keep saying, okay, I'm putting this on the end of 3 and I'm putting this one over here on the 1 of the 4th measure. But the thing is that I am just using what I hear in my head and my feelings to be able to make this groove. Okay, so this is completely artistic. Okay, I'm doing this because this is how it makes me feel. You might think this sucks. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. The moral of the story is that you basically you use this grid up here to kind of see what you're doing. So you're just not in the dark. You know what I mean? So you don't like, okay, just put this here. And you're not like, yeah, that sounds good. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're using like, you know, the common eighth notes and all that sort of stuff with the grid just to kind of know where you are. So you're not making decisions that are wrong. Okay? So, all right. So here we go. I'm going to turn down this loop a little bit. And this is it. Cool. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add in a crash as well. Crash symbol to kind of liven up, make it more impactful. Okay, make this beat more impactful. Or impacting? One of those. Okay, so, actually I want to look more of a trap sort of crash. Like these ones. These are like old school crashes from like, you know, the drum machines and all that sort of stuff. Take this, and literally all I'm going to do, just add one crash. And also I'm going to turn it down because it's going to be way too loud. Watch. Oh, but got to make sure I'm actually at the start. Way too loud. And that just totally like disrupts the mood of the beat. So always turn down your crashes quite a bit because we have a tendency to kind of hear that frequency range a little bit better than, you know, like kicks and, you know, snares. Like kick drums and very high hi-hats. Yeah. Again, all crash does is it just adds more character or adds more excitement to a drum, or excuse me, a beat. And that's it. And there you have it, okay? I made a beat basically using the grid and also a little bit of creativity as well. We learned how to pitch up the 808s and all that sort of stuff to get the right pitch for the melody or the loop sample. So in the next module, what we're going to do is we're going to go through structure, because structure is one of the most important things that you can do to make your beats presentable for other people to listen to or to sell to other artists and stuff like that. Okie dokie. So I'm actually going to keep this beat as well, and we're going to structure it out manually, and I'm going to show you some other tips and tricks and some templates, some structure templates, so that you can actually make your life a lot easier when it comes to structuring. Okay? This is Mr. Frenzy from MrFrenzyProductions.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, please like, comment, and subscribe. I have to keep saying that. I keep forgetting. I learned that the other day, by the way. I have to tell you guys to do that, or else you won't do it. Like I don't. All right, see you later.